All right, let's have a look. I'm just still checking in, so give me a moment, please. Hold on. Hold on. I'm still checking in. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's have a look, see what's going on. Hold on. Alright, so you know what this means. You know what this is. I'm glad you're all checking in with each other. As I said here, pets welcome. But we've got a handful of people here, but if there's other people out there who are watching and you've never ever done this before, like you might have heard of this stuff, but what we're doing is live tarot readings. That's it. It's very simple. You know, it's just like, you know, when you go to those hotel events or something, or somebody has a party and they hire a tarot reader and they sit in the corner in a little tiny chair or something and you get your tarot readings. It's the same thing that we're doing here. So if there's anybody out there, 100% newbies, you are welcome. And there's a reason why I'm asking. There's a reason why I am inviting you. Ha 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 ha. Some of you know already what this means. Ho ho ho. Yes. So I'll just leave that here for a moment. Let me just check in with you guys personally to let you know I'm actually here. Greetings all. Greetings all. Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Tarot Lumination Live. I just posted a little something earlier on Instagram. And, you know, I just thought I'd try to catch everybody on a Saturday night. It is actually Sunday afternoon over here where I am right now. So it's a really hospitable time for me to be able to jump on here and do this with you. Because it's actually very difficult for me to do the Sunday night lives now. And that's sort of how it is. But we're going. Oh my gosh, okay, we've got some pet chat going on here. Hold on, what's happening with Tina? I guess Charlie is one of the big German shepherds, 100 pounds. Zeus. Okay. Oh. Okay. Hey Gregory, I see you. Hi, thank you very much. I got your magic post-it note on the screen already, don't you worry. We'll tune in, we'll have some fun. Hi Jeffrey, thank you for hanging out. Hello Ubasti, good to see you. I just put a little note on the screen if anyone has like pets in there. Sometimes Ubasti, especially if you've never watched this stuff before, I just want to let everybody know. Oh, hello Topaz, I see you. We typically have an interesting little boutique-y kind of crowd here. I'm very glad to hang out with you. It feels like I'm in a very exclusive little private club, cafe type of thing, you know, where we just do this and we might get some people from all over the world. I'll see about the timing. I'm not sure. It's not always convenient. Like sometimes, hi Tina. Yeah, like sometimes we get Mona. Oh, she comes in from Norway. We might have Lena. She might come in from Buenos Aires in Argentina. Sometimes we get Queen of Water. She comes in from Australia. I think Melbourne. You know, we might get Karen Clark down south in further south here in New Zealand. We might get Pam Bam up further up north in New Zealand. Who knows? And there's Taylor Cruz, and we think we established last time that Taylor is actually over there in Los Angeles, Southern California. Greetings, greetings. Oh, Basti is just confessing that, like it or not, she sees pets everywhere. She sees dead people, and that's just what it's like being like a natural-born psychic. Sometimes it's a curse. Oh, I like that, Topaz. Cafe TLC. Ooh, that's good. Homebrew Cafe TLC. Oh my God, you're a genius. I'm looking for some ideas, some wacky ideas. Trying out all sorts of ideas now because, as you've probably figured out, Illumination has changed forever and there's no going back. So the question is, what do we do now? What now? What now? What now? I don't know. You know, what was that? Divine Flame. Divine Flame. Divine Flame. You must be a newbie. Am I correct? Divine Flame is a total newbie, as far as I know. Oh. Oh, okay. It seems like you know each other. Okay, no big deal. Let's see who else is out there. Okay. Topaz Zen is over there, I think in, is it Oklahoma, Kansas, Houston? I can't remember. Divine Flame is sort of a 100%-ish newbie, like an 88% newbie. Maybe you did, maybe I did see your name on the screen earlier. Oh, okay. You've been a lurker. Oh, I get it. A lurker. Yeah, that's okay. That's cool. Yeah. So I'm going to put Divine Flame up here as a potential newbie lurker type of character. And as you know, some of you, the regulars, know we do this bit of a hazing thing. It's a kind of a warm-up for Terra Illumination. Thank you very much. But it also ends up being a sweet little present for the newbies. Got it. Okay. Topaz in Oklahoma. Tina. New Mexico. Yeah. Right. Gregory, New Mexico. And Ubasti's up in the Northeast. Jeffrey is over in San Diego still. Let's have a look. Tina, yeah. I can't remember the name of the little town. Your tiny, tiny little town. It's not even a town. It's just like 5 houses out in the mountains. Area 51 is just across the ridge. I saw something on Area 51 today on the Yahoo News. They try to keep bombarding me with news. Like, they're basically admitting now that Area 51 is super, super secretive and amazing, and they can't hide it anymore, and that's a problem. And the Russians have been spying. Yeah. Am I in my kitchen? No, I'm kind of in a mobile location right now. It's an improvised setting here, so it's things are very straightforward. I don't have anything fancy going on, no fancy lighting or anything. So we're just making do with what we've got. You know, it's fantastic fun. Okay. And I'm over here in New Zealand. So Divine Flame, if that's what you're asking, I'm not actually in the kitchen. I'm in a little, like an office type pantry over in my lodgings in New Zealand. Yeah. And who else did I get? I missed somebody. Ivona. I know Ivona is out there. Ivona is over there in New York. Tina's in New Mexico, I'm sure. Taylor's California. Sorry, I'm getting my little bit of obsessive thing here about locations. Precious is up there near Edmonton, Canada. I think that's right. So it's still pretty chilly there. Starzy, I can't remember. Starzy, where are you? Starzy, where are you? Again, I'm just kind of curious. You know, I get curious about things. I like maps and all of that stuff. I like maps. Ubasti's for Virginia. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so, okay, we're settling in a little bit. We're settling in. There's lots of pet chat going on. Ubasti is obviously really tuned in to Pet World right now, and Tina's probably picking up on it too. Who knows? We might get. Let's have a look. Love Triber might be showing up soon. Saturday night for you guys. So we might get Path Traveler. We'll see. All Sun may be around. Nikki may be around. I'm not sure. We'll find out. Yeah. Yeah. Taylor, you're in Orlando. Maybe you should be in LA. You don't have to go to LA to have a good time. You have to have a lot of money to be in Los Angeles. I'm sure Orlando's very nice. I've never been there. Yeah. And Starzy, you were in Florida, but now you're in Illinois. Okay. Tina grew up in Peoria. That's Iowa. Iowa. That's American heartland. Serious American heartland. All right, let's see. I'm just going to adjust this computer and the camera and everything. I'm going to put a different color posted over here. I'm going to use a little blue one. I'm going to mark something over here. Give me a second. Just for provisionally speaking, I'm going to put Divine Flame over here for a moment. I'm going to put a hold on this. Categorized as a newbie. Oh, Precious is getting her passport soon. That means you can travel around. Because I know you've got the hots for somebody over in the United States, right? Yeah. Oh, Precious, it's about time you get some sweet lovin'. I know. Hey, Topaz. Okay, we can do that. Don't you worry, Topaz. I'll get you a general. No problem. I'll put that over. Hold on, I got... sorry, I'm getting all my colors mixed up here. So I'll put Topaz over here. Let's see, how about this? Gosh, it's filling up quickly tonight. Thank you very much. I really appreciate this. So we start over here. And we just keep going. And somebody else, who was that? Oh, wait a minute. Taylor, yay. I got you. Okay, I'll put you over here. And let's see what that looks like. The screen is looking really good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay. Area 51 is basically, yeah, it's basically Los Alamos, isn't it? Isn't that what Area 51 is? The only reason I mention it is because Gregory's over there in New Mexico, and Tina's is in New Mexico, as far as I can remember. I can't remember the name of it begins with J. Tina, your place begins with J, if I remember. and it's a soft J that they use in Spanish. Okay. Okay, so I got yours, Topaz. I'll just mark over here, general, like that. I know Precious is probably curious, a little bit curious about love and romance. Taylor just wants to support, so I'll just put maybe like an oracle. How about that? Basti will go big and wide in general. Gregory, we can have super fun. It's really good to see these like as diagnostics, like when you get a car checked up. Sarah Al-Shaikhi, whoa, hey, haven't seen you in a long time. Greetings, hello, hello, hello. Let's go check in and say hello to Sarah. Okay, hold on. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Sarah Al-Shaikhi. I haven't seen you in a long time. Now, are you the one who's over in Cairo? No. Oh, North Africa? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. Is it Cairo? Oh, no, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Oh. Okay, just tell us, Sarah, just tell us where you are again, please. I love knowing the locations. Tripoli. Is it Tripoli? Did I get that right? Tripoli? Maybe... Is it Morocco? Is it Morocco? I'm trying to look like... I'm going to look like Sarah's picture. That's Sarah's picture, isn't it? Or is it this way? Sorry. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw... Libya. Tripoli. Next to Egypt. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Hey, Path. Good evening, Path. Good to see you. We're doing like a... It's basically Saturday Night Live. This is really all I can handle right now. A little Saturday Night Live. We're off to a really super start. And... Hold on. Yeah, I'm just, you know, if I kind of zone out and I look that way, it's because I'm staring at the chat, trying to catch up with everybody. It's good to see you all. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, I'm wearing my Triumph motorcycle t-shirt because I used to be a biker dude. And I was always interested in speed, baby. Speed. Benghazi. Ow! You see, I knew that. I knew that. I was just getting the wrong name. Benghazi. Got it. You don't have to behave, Ubasti Pers. You can go as wild as you want. Just abide by the YouTube, you know, the laws of YouTube. We can do pretty much anything we want here, really, because the channel is so tiny, YouTube doesn't even really know we're here anymore. It's that bad. Yeah, okay. So we got Sarah from Benghazi in Libya. Yes. Topaz loves the Indian motorcycles. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. So, Topaz, if you're like a biker chick, I used to have Norton Commandos, and I had a Norton ES2, and what was it? That was an old antique collectible. I had a Bonneville Triumph. I had a Bonneville Speed Twin. I had an old BSA 250, and... what was the other one? I had another Norton collectible. I just liked the machines. I like to take them apart and rebuild them and ride them around and just have lots and lots of fun. I wasn't like some kind of like gangbanger drug dealer or anything. I just like to go tooling around in the mountains, in the forests, and by the ocean. Okay. Hemis Springs. That's right. Hemis Springs. I got it. See, I told you, Tina. I knew I would get it. I absolutely knew it. So we've got Hemis, New Mexico. We've got Benghazi in Libya. We've got people from all over. I'm just waiting for some of the Aussies and the Kiwis. Maybe we'll have maybe we'll have Mona from Norway. Hold on. Uh-oh, Obasti's doing it. Obasti's tuning in. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Sarah. Yes, Hemis. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like barely 300 people. They have to do everything. They have to do all their grocery shopping by Amazon, or by parachutes, and drop ship with a parachute. That's how they do their shopping there. All right. All right. So that's fun. Okay. So let me go back over to the stage for a second. Hold on. Okay. So we've got a bunch of people for some readings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to have. Yeah. Okay, and we're going to start off with 100% newbie. So now, give me a second here. To me, Divine Flame is pretty much a newbie. I didn't recognize the name, but she swears that she's been here before. And now, to be extra really picky, I'm very curious if there's anybody out there who is literally a 100% newbie, and you're just lurking there and watching, and you've never done this before, and you would like to participate, but you're very shy. Well, this is your moment to break that pattern. Type your name in the screen now. Let us know who you are, where you are, and why you're here, how you got here, where are you? And we will reply. I'll let you know why I'm asking this in a few minutes. So I'm just going to keep an eye out on the screen in case there's some complete utter newbie here. Okay, so I'm just mentioning that again. Meanwhile, I'll go to some notifications here. For most of you, today is the 15th of February 2020. Live we are. And the moon is just heading out of Scorpio, heading into Sagittarius very soon. And first of all, tonight is all about SuperChat mini readings, $9.99, and some other fun things like little oracles for $5.55 and so on. But we've already pretty much filled the pot. I don't think I can take many more readings than this anyway, because I can't do the 4-hour shows anymore. My body won't allow it, okay? The next thing, Path Traveler, I saw your notes. Lucky draw. Just want to remind everybody that there is a lucky draw happening soon. And this notice here as a reminder, we still have a few tickets left. There are only 8 tickets left. Okay? And if you want to find out about this, you check the link below this video, or you can just go to tarotlumination.com, and that'll take you straight to the place where you can buy a ticket. So basically what happens, if you're if you're eager to have a chance at a full-on like professional, the top of the line reading, but finances are a little tight right now, you can enter this lucky draw and you'll have at least a chance to win, okay? So I'm just reminding everybody, especially any newbies are out there who've never done this before, this is your chance. Perhaps Divine Flame, if you want to get a ticket, you just click the link below the video, or you just go to tarotlumination.com and you just follow the links. It's very easy, okay? Thank you, Path. Yes, please hit the like buttons, all the subscribers and notifications, all of that. It really helps. The next thing I want to mention is personal readings are still available. So there we go. So if anybody needs one of those, it's just, We take our time, we do it properly, and we have a nice, leisurely, enjoyable session. We have the Essentials package, and we have the Full-On Complex package, okay? I'm still available for these. Lastly, I wanted to mention that, in case you're not aware of it, we do have Mercury retrograde coming up. Thank you very much. So I'm not going to really dwell on this too much. I am personally really looking forward to it. I'm already tuning into it and tapping into it and making the most out of it. Some people are just automatically scared of it because of all the stuff that people post on the internet, but really, it's a good thing. You can really take advantage of these retrogrades. In fact, you can take advantage of any retrograde if you know what you're doing. It's like learning how to watch the weather reports. Oh, here we go. Look what's happening. Hold on. Let me check in. Hold on. Okay, I just saw something on the chat there. Upastis, can you tell me about that spirit? That's interesting. Is that spirit good for me? So obviously, Upasti is picking up on spirit energy right now. I mean, Upasti likes to work as a pet psychic, but she can do people. It's just whether, I mean, tends to be quite sensitive, so she'll put things out there. So if you, Sarah, if you're connecting with Upasti right now, just go ahead for it and chat away on the screen there and figure things out. Meanwhile, we're going to get on with the show. I'm going to start, okay? I'm going to start the readings in just a moment. I just want to put out a last call. Last call, everybody. Last call. Any newbies, any 100% newbies who've never done this before, you've never typed in with Terra Lumination, and you want a chance to hang out, type it in the screen now, and I will explain why in just a moment. And it's a good thing. So, don't be scared. Okay, it says here. Oh. Okay, so Upasti is explaining the situation in the psychic link-up with Sarah, okay? Also, Sarah, there might be something to do with a friend or a neighbor. If you have friends or neighbors or something like that, or someone in your family has a white cat, something to think about. I'm just putting that in there for fun, okay? Okay. Yeah. Hello, Path. I see you. Greetings, Path Traveler. I did the announcement. I did all the really cool professional things. I highlighted 4 very important notices for the show, and I just put them out there. Okay, I'll just do them once more, just a little quickie, very, very quick. This is for, I mean, everyone else knows this, but I'm just doing it for, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay, just a quickie. I'm trying to be all super professional here before we get into the readings. This show here today right now is all about SuperChat mini readings. Thank you very much for your generous kindness. And next, this is a reminder about the lucky draw. The tickets are, I should put that on there. The tickets are 7 New Zealand dollars, so that's about $5. And you just go to the ticket place. You can get the tickets below this video on a link, or you can go to terralumination.com, get your tickets there. Personal readings are still available. You just go to terralumination.com and follow it from there. And Mercury retrograde is happening, we're heading into the cusp right now. Okay? Oh, don't worry about the white cat. Maybe if someone else has a white cat. Upasti? Just figure it out, because typically Upasti has a very strong intuition there, and if Sarah is not clicking with the white cat, there's possibility that there is someone else with a white cat here on the show tonight. So let's just allow for that, okay? All right, I'm going to put this all aside now, and let's do this. I'm going to go really, really basic here. See, this is my old deck. This is a wonderful old deck. I've done thousands of readings, as you can tell. Literally thousands of readings with this deck. And it's still really, really good. Okay? So, Right now, I don't see any newbies, any 100. I'll just put the last call. 100% newbies, you are welcome. If you're a little bit shy and you've never done this before, there's no need. We've all gone through this together. Triple fire. Who is that? Wait a minute. Triple fire. Wait a minute. I know you. You've connected here before. Triple fire. Please explain. Wait a minute. Hey, Triple Fire, if you're not who I think you are, you must be a newbie. Frankly, I don't recognize the name, but something about your tiny little picture in the chat lets me feel that you might have been here before. Basically, what I'm trying to do, dear Triple Fire, is put you in a pot with Divine Flame. Okay, do you see what I'm doing here? See, these are all the readings. We're going to do all these readings in the show tonight, right? Got that? But I want to start off the show, and the reason I'm asking for newbies, I'll explain in a minute. But newbies are welcome. So right now, Triple Fire, could you please type in the screen and let us know, give us a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of an introduction. Have you ever been here before? And are you the first time logging in with us? Please let me know. I would love to know. I'm going to have a sip of water because we're going to get working just a moment. Triple Fire, Salt Lake City, been here before. Okay, got it. So Divine Flame, you're still looking like the lucky one up front. All right. So since no one else is has the nerve to log in, even if they're newbies, we're just going to get started, okay? Okay, I'm just kind of doing a tick-tock countdown here. Tick-tock. Okay, more people are logging in. Oh, gosh. Sorry, Divine Flame. As you can tell, I'm playing this thing out because I'm really interested in finding a complete, utter newbie. Okay, Divine Flame is here. You know what? Let's just do it. Okay? Hi, Sarah. Oh, I just saw your question there. Well, you can have whatever kind of reading you want. It's just a super chat. That's all I'm doing here. Sarah, all I'm doing here is super chat mini readings. And you can cover any subject that you want. Finance, health, love, spirituality, your destiny, pain and suffering, health, whatever, friends, family, a spirit from the great beyond, whatever it is. And for the personal readings here, that's the professional stuff where you go to terralumination.com and you book a reading, but that's a lot more expensive. The lucky draw is basically a ticket. We have a lucky draw and somebody will win a full reading. And so there you go. Tina wants a group reading. Ooh! Woo! Whoa! Okay, we haven't done that for a long time. That's a really good idea, Tina. I completely forgot about that. Let's freaking do it. You know what? Let's just do it. Yes. Okay, I'm going to use the monster spread. I'm going to use the big Terralumination heart spread. Okay? Wow. Thank you. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay? So hang on to your hats. Hang on to your hats, people. This is for all of us. This is almost like, what do they call it? You know, think of it like campfire energy. If everybody wants to sort of get into that super Aquarian type of brotherhood of humankind type of energy, like you would do if you're like at a summer camp or a winter camp or a ski camp or a holiday camp or a retreat somewhere, and you just imagine we're all in a big circle and we're all holding hands and we're just kind of linking energy. I know it's kind of awkward and weird and embarrassing sometimes. It's like, when people, are, ushered into a church and basically told, hold hands everybody, or something like that. But I'm trying to be really simple and wholesome here, okay? Yes, like a kumbaya. Now, I don't know what kumbaya means or where it comes from, but, yeah. Yeah, when I'm on the stage here like this, I'm really not looking at the chat at all. So I just want to let you know, because I run 2 stages simultaneously. Okay? But right now, what a great idea. I don't do jumpers and flyers, and I don't do reversals. I'm just letting you know. So this is for all of us. By the way, let me just do a little quick, just a super quickie thing that I'm noticing with the planets. I'll just do this thing here. There is a beautiful thing going on right now. And let me just double check for you. I just want to check with this. Okay. So I'm going to put this over here, Aries. We've got Venus over here. And we've got, over here, we got these cusp energies, all right? Over here with Mars and the moon right now tonight. So that's in Sagittarius. And Mars is in, moon is in Scorpio. And it's heading over to Sagittarius, and Mars is in Sagittarius, heading over to Capricorn. So this, for the next few months, this is going to be a very stimulating period over here. As you know, we've got Pluto, and we've got Saturn, and we've got Jupiter here. So this is a very intense placement. This is all about the January 2020 mega transit. Also, we have Neptune in Pisces over here, and Mercury in Pisces over here, okay? And one of the things that's really jumping out at me, personally, is this super sweet energy here between the moon and all of this stuff with the Capricorn, because the Scorpio Capricorn thing is super luscious. It's like the energy of sextiles, which is very opportunistic and very, very, it's almost like luck. So that's happening right now. Mars is going to amplify this. It might agitate things a little bit. Like it might be just over the top energy of Capricorn. And the sweet thing that I'm liking right now, I'm just going to confide to you personally. The sweet thing I'm really enjoying is this stuff here. Okay, it's between Jupiter and Mercury and Jupiter and Neptune. It's like super spiritual, and it's super advantageous for like career, destiny, dreams come true type of thing. There's a lot of manifestation energy here, Jupiter and Capricorn with this. It's very much about, like if you guys are feeling any like vivid, strong connections with heaven, or you're having greater and greater sense of connectivity with angels, to me that would make sense, okay? Oh, I started rambling then. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I just saw something from Triple Fire. Triple Fire. Okay, let's have a look. I'll just put this over here. After that Triple Fire, I can't take any more readings. It's going to be a super fun night, and we're going to leave it at that. So that's that's as many as I can handle. So no more readings, please. No more super chats. I love to have super chat all day, every day, but I can't handle it right now with my schedule in my personal life and things. So I'm making the best to stay connected with you guys anyway, okay? Yeah, we just had a really sweet time period It just happened over the last couple days while the moon was here in Scorpio, trining very nicely with all this Pisces energy, and then sextiling very nicely with all the Capricorn. That should have been, for most people, there's a possibility that this would have been a very fortunate period. It might not be apparent to you, but I truly want you to understand that there was a very high degree of good fortune that was happening to you in your life, in your world, at around the 15-degree point in Capricorn, wherever that lies in your chart. And it could have just gone by, but you might have noticed something. Queen of Water is here. Hello, Queen of Water. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know for some people the Capricorn energy is overwhelming right now, but for other people this could be like a once-in-a-lifetime event. 2020 is astrologically one of the most monumental years we've had in astrology in decades, if not centuries. The last big one that I equate at this time was 1776. The other big one was 2008. There's another biggish one at 2012. But for me, historically, in all the time that I've been exploring astrology, this is the big one, 2020. Okay? All right, let's do this. I'm going to do a group reading for everybody. So everybody hold hands, digital, psychic, remote hand holding, like they do in remote viewing laboratories in the U.S. military. It's the same energy. It's the same energy when people use Reiki and energy healing. All we're doing is operating at super ultra high frequencies that go beyond the visible spectrum, the audio spectrum, the tactile spectrum, and we're going into the invisible spectrums, okay? It's all there. And that's where we're operating right now. So please, psychically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, hold hands, and please, in a very kind of ceremonial, cerebral, Aquarian, brotherhood of mankind, humankind kind of gesture, extend your love to yourselves and each other, and allow your energy to expand and flow from the heart outwards. Okay, I'm keeping it very simple. The cards are now shuffled and cut. The heart knows what it needs, it wants what it wants, and it's hoping that we are listening. When I use this spread, it's very much about the work of bringing our head into alignment with our heart. Let me just show you. Hold on, stay right there. We'll get on with it in just a second. When I do this reading, when I do any reading, what I usually try to do is make sure that this is in alignment with this. In other words, so our head, our brain, this incredibly powerful organ, is working in alignment with heart energy, okay? But sadly for billions of people, it's the other way around. Our heart becomes a slave of the brain, and our brain operates as though it's its own thing, and then all these things like your heart, your vital organs, your arms, your feet are just tools that are an extension of your brain. And that's actually a very limited way to live. I like to live from here, from heart center, where this organ in my brain here works for the heart. Okay? That's how we do this. Okay? The brain is the servant of the heart. It might not be for you, but in my world, the brain is the servant of the heart. And I work every day to find a way to make sure that my brain stays as the servant to my heart, instead of my heart becoming a servant of my brain. That's not cool. It's not acceptable. Okay, let's go back to the reading, people. All right, here it is, heart energy. And we're going to, over here, this is legacy energy. Like, where are we coming from? Where have we been? What is our collective journey together? What is your baggage? What's in your pocket? Okay? It's a communal energy, remember. And over here is the healing power of now. Okay, so this is where all our power lies. and where there's no sense of time. If you can imagine you're in a moment of joy when you just did something where time doesn't exist, like maybe you're feeling very artistic or musical, or you want to sing a song or cook something or do something that just transports you out of your three-dimensional limitations, and you're in your element. There's no past, there's no future, you're just living in the now. That's where your power lies. And your power is accessed through the healing power of your decisions over here. Decision making is absolutely the most powerful tool regarding your spiritual evolution, the evolution of your heart, and your ability to bring your brain into alignment with your heart. So we have to understand the energy surrounding our decision making. And so how do we do this? How do we make the hardest decision of all, which is to love thyself, when everything else on planet Earth is designed to strip us of our selfhood, like asset stripping, like soul stripping, like strip mining of our, like as if we were all living in a massive global slave camp. That is not acceptable on this channel. The way out of that is to love thyself. So how do we do that? It's a very tough decision for some people. How to be in the moment, how to live in the now, and make these really tough decisions. And when we do that, we create outcomes, okay? And once you feel this, you realize, oh my gosh, it's a process. Oh my God, that's so cool. Like, I don't have to, go to a guru school or anything like that. All I have to understand is what it means to have the courage to live from the heart center, and then make the decisions to stay that way. Now, what happens, of course, when we're making decisions, okay? What is at risk? What are we losing if we abdicate the heart and abandon the heart? What are we winning when we tune into the heart and love energy? Okay, that's what this is over here. And this sets us up for the next heartbeat. So I'm hoping you see this as a heart. Okay, like so. And it is a beating, pulsing thing, beat by beat, moment by moment, minute by minute, through our living, waking, physical, three-dimensional lives. This energy is going on all the time. It's a question of, are you aware of it? If so, what are you doing with that energy? Are you owning your energy? Are you making the really brave, courageous decisions to love thyself? Okay, let's have a look at the weather. We have the Nine of Swords. So my feeling is that, to me, this feels very deep, very, very, very deep, 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 deep inside all of us. Even though I was talking about all the really delicious, joyful, harmonious energy of the Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn thing at the top of the charts there, I think for what's happening for a lot of people on a global scale with humankind is that what we are witnessing is much more to do with the Saturn-Pluto alignment, which is a very, very deep and very hard to detect reality check for the whole planet. And what I think is happening, especially, this is going to sound like I'm spreading fear, but with the coronavirus thing, the whole of the world is now connected like never before, just in our lifetimes. Radical expansion of human communication, the radical expansion of humankind, which is edging closer and closer and closer to an informal, decentralized way of living as human beings. This has never happened before on a mass scale. We are heading there right now, and I believe what we are witnessing on a massive scale is global fear, global paranoia, global consequence, global karma, global paranoia, global disease, just like sickness, and all the connections about how and why and when and where humankind creates its own reality. We have something that's so amazing that's happening on Earth right now, but underneath all of this is a very, very tragic, very dark, kind of ugly side to humankind, which is very, very persistent. And we are all seeing like the worst of it, okay? And one of the worst examples, of course, is the coronavirus outbreak. And you can interpret that however you want. But I see that as a classic example of this energy, like human misbehavior, human irresponsibility, human ignorance, and what happens when we don't take responsibility of our behavior. We create like global pandemic, global paranoia, global fear, and it infects everybody on the planet. And fear breeds fear. So that's what we're surrounded with by right now. That's what I'm feeling. And I think that's very much to do with the deepest energies of the planets right now. Pluto and Saturn in Capricorn, okay? It's not the end of the world. I'm just saying this is a moment of awareness. What about our heart energy here? Now this, to me, this is global, okay? This is global, and it affects us, the individuals here, okay? There's what, 20 of us or something? 15 or 20 of us here? And we are, all of us here, impacted by this. You might be living your life here and there, but all of us are impacted by this global paranoia. What about the heart energy over here? Okay, so my feeling with the Queen of Cups here is the deep core heart center of each one of us here tonight is very strong, and we're actually like considering how can we be stronger? How can we live more and more and more in our divinity, in more honor, and be more loving and be more loved? How are we going to do that? That's what the heart does. That's what the heart wants to do, and it wants that for everybody. And we are challenged by this. And it becomes a big puzzle. It becomes a big puzzle for the communal heart energy that we share. We are not defeated. In fact, we are stronger than ever before. Now, what are we bringing in with us? Okay, well, when I see the Knight of Wands, my feeling is like this is a really like bold, brave, courageous energy that indicates we are all here deliberately, by choice, with a purpose to make our lives better, make your lives better, especially in sharing a communal energy. There's something about this which I feel is, I'm just overlaying my own opinion now, but because I'm already starting to factor in the year like 2024 and also 2021 when Saturn moves into Aquarius and eventually Pluto moves into Aquarius, and then we're going to be talking big time about humankind and the idea of decentralized living, decentralized control, okay? And this is us deliberately, like you and me, everybody here tonight right now. To me, this indicates that like this is each one of us deliberately putting our best foot forward, our best intentions, our best desires forward, despite each one of our individual weaknesses. In other words, this feels almost like a call to arms, where we are being called by Spirit to call to arms and bring whatever you've got to the table. Like if you're really good at art, bring that. If you're really good at management, bring that. If you're really good at math and organization, bring all that. Whatever it is, that's what each of us here are doing tonight, and it's super hyper positive. Okay, what about now? The power of now. Okay, this is like amplifying the message. To me, it becomes more like of a mission. In other words, it's like each one of us here, because some of us have known each other for some time now, and we're kind of getting used to operating in this, let's say, detached kind of humankind, humanitarian type of way that we do, and where Tarot Lumination is simply providing a stage or a platform for all of us to hang out. So what I'm seeing here is that with the King of Wands, and like if I think of this as the healing power of now, what that comes down to is making very, very bold, courageous decisions. Like, it's almost like, to me, this feels like locking arms. Okay, I have to go off the screen here. I can't help it. So, what this feels to me is like one of these things. Like, it's like the energy of coming together in a group scenario where a lot of us have done a lot of very painful, hard work on ourselves and helping each other, because that's what's been happening on the channel. It's like become like a mutual support system, and so each one is bringing their own energy forward in a way that is like very, to me it feels very heroic, very determined, and very altruistic, very pure and very true. Especially for each one of you here who's lived through the nightmare of the worst possible experiences of human life, okay? Each one of you have your own horror stories, and you've come through that and out the other side, and you're making active, deliberate decisions to go forward with courage, to speak the truth, live the truth, live by example, and maintain that as like a question of dignity, question of honor, you know? That's how I look at it. Question of honor, okay? That's very noble. So, this is very, very noble energy in the face of like diabolical opposition. We are not defeated. We will not be defeated. In fact, we are growing stronger. Thank you very much. How do we do that? In our decision making. Okay? What we do here with the Lover's card in this particular position is what we do. It's like we accept and understand like the healing power of your decisions. It would be so easy for each one of us to not do this. It's so much easier to like get drunk or watch like endless Netflix and movies and YouTube, or take drugs, or project your anxieties out onto the world and everybody and anything else, rather than like live your own life, commit yourself to yourself, marry thyself, love thyself, and go forward courageously in a state of like profound selfhood, profound commitment, profound marriage to the self, where when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, you might be too fat, or you might be too skinny, or you might be too poor, or you might be embarrassingly rich, or you might be, whatever your weaknesses are, or you might have, illnesses and limitations. You still love yourself anyway. You marry to yourself anyway. You understand that you are guided and protected, that we are guided and protected, and we honor and respect each other in our highest expression of ourselves, and we do not discount each other or ourselves in the failings and the weakest expressions of ourselves. We marry ourselves to each other like till death us do part, for better or worse. We make the decision to love anyway. Love anyway. By decision. So how do we do that? Because that's a very tough decision. It requires a lot of courage. Okay, we do it by understanding that when you're making decisions, each tiny decision is a component that leads you towards your destiny, your individual destiny and the group destiny, the destiny of humankind and the destiny of the individual. Okay? You've probably seen it, what happens in the news, where you get someone who ends up like a spokesperson for hundreds or millions of people. They just happen to be qualified as a good spokesperson, and they end up in that position. But there are typically millions of people who take their position behind what you could call a leader. And so what I'm sensing here is like each one of us in our own way is carrying the mantle of leadership, knowing that one of the toughest things about leadership is decision making. And then you have to accept the consequences, knowing that every decision that you make leads to an outcome, leads to what you could call fate or what you could call destiny. So how do you do it? You make your decisions knowing that every decision counts. Every tiny little decision. Should I take a nap or should I do the work that I'm supposed to do? Should I, connect with someone even though I would rather not do that because my heart is telling me I need that loving connection somehow? Do I have debts to repay? Psychic, spiritual, emotional, financial debts. We take care of that. We make the decisions. Do I have assets to share and give? Let's do that. Whatever it is, we make decisions and it leads to outcomes. And then we own the outcome. Okay, you could call it destiny. But we have to understand that decisions lead to outcomes. Each decision leads to an outcome, and that outcome is what you can call destiny. Okay, what is it called? There's an expression for it. Divine destiny, or I don't know. I'm sure some of you will remember it, what it is. Okay, so when I see over here in this position, what we're looking at is like the outcomes. Okay, we understand that making these really tough, important, brave decisions creates our destiny, and then the outcome is we realize as a group, as humankind, as the 10 or 20 people who are here tonight, that we are deliberately saying to the world and our individual lives, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Please bring to me every challenge, every bold experience, every activity that I need in order to foster growth and strength, and for all of us to grow. To me, it's like, this is almost like a battle cry. Hold on, I have to go back. Okay? Like when people in sports and games and teams, they prepare for the game and the sport and the thrill, and they kind of do these like, hoo, wah, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. We're ready. Like over here they have these Maori dances or Native American dances, or like American football player. They do all these crazy things to pump up their energy, basically saying we are ready to face the world. Bring the world to me. Bring the world to me. You don't have to go chasing it. It's out there. Okay? But we're basically deliberately saying, bring it on. And we're asking for it, and that's part of our collective destiny. Each one of us who's here tonight is deliberately, the way I see it, you're deliberately challenging, like all the things that are challenging to come at you, so you can face them, so you don't live at the mercy of your fear and the global paranoia. In other words, it's like, screw all that, bring it on, just bring it on, because we can handle it, because we've got this. We've got the healing power of love, baby. That's what we've got. That's what we do. All right, let's go back. So, what happens if we wig out? Okay? If you wig out and you deny yourself, or you abdicate the heart and the soul in these really, really tough decisions, you end up trapped. You get trapped in fear. You end up getting classic symptoms of being trapped in a world of paranoia and fear, where it just feeds on itself and gets worse and worse and worse. When you make the good decision, you realize that it's actually quite fun to face all this stuff and deal with it, and that the choice is there to unshackle oneself. This is just purely in the mind, and all of us here know that. And so when we grab this energy of making these really tough decisions to marry ourselves with ourselves and form like a loving bond with our loved ones, this is like a loving bond. I see this as a delicious bond. This is the deep satisfaction that comes with a bond. Like, what they call, have you ever heard that song Brothers in Arms from Dire Straits? But it is that feeling. It's a feeling of the bond, the deep, deep, deep satisfying bond. Hold on. I don't know if any of you have been in war or in very, very challenging circumstances where your life depends on your relationships with others, where you're going above and beyond the pettiness of humanity. When you tap into the goodness that we have You create a really powerful, loving bond by choice, okay? By choice, by decisions. When you abdicate the heart and the love and the self, you create another bond, which is the bond to fear, and that's bondage. And that's a nightmare that feeds on itself, which turns into paranoia and psychosis and wishing you'd never been born. But we're not doing that here. We do just the opposite. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so on to the next heartbeat. You see, it's kind of a process. It's kind of a formula. What we've got here is actually a simple formula. It became quite dramatic, quite dramatized here, because I feel that we're dealing with super hyper extreme energy. Like what I see here is global paranoia. How are you dealing with the global paranoia? How are you dealing with the really, really fearful, scary things that are happening in your life that threaten to undermine your whole life? Well, you're doing it. We're doing it together in a very rich, courageous, inspiring, wholesome, loving way. And what happens, of course, is you set up the template for the next heartbeat, which is the Nine of Cups. In other words, where you own your happiness. You create the ownership of your own happiness. Some people call it the wish card. I'm just seeing it as the accumulation of good decisions, followed by good decisions, followed by good decisions, where this energy wipes out this energy. In other words, it's almost like magic. To me, this is almost literally like magic, where this destroys this. Okay? So you don't have to live in fear. You live in love, you live in joy, you live in happiness by choice. Okay? Knowing that you're still surrounded by the worst horrors and nightmares of humankind. It's still there. Okay? All the little lost babies that are dying, millions of babies that die with no food, millions of people who are infected with hideous diseases, cancer, pneumonia, rabies, whatever it is. I mean, just the shadowy, painful, tragic side of humankind. We've all had a taste of it, but does that stop us going forward, making these really tough decisions? No. We're making the decision to live in love, decision by decision at a time, and that feeds on itself, and then we start again like, okay, well, what now? Well, you just do the same thing. You choose love, okay? Choose love. You choose love over this. You choose love over fear. All right, thank you very much, everybody. It's time to play some music. I'm going to put I'm going to put my own song on here. It's called Waiting, okay? No, I'm going to put on a power song, okay? It's called Love is the Word. Okay, hold on. I got it wrong. It's one of my little songs. So the title of the song is Love is the Word. Okay, so let's everybody break up. It's been wonderful. We can do a dance around the campfire, okay? And let off some steam. And after this song, we're going to start on the readings, okay? Here we go.
For the skies, opening my hands to welcome in the day, gather in the sun's rays before I'm on my way, and the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole, casting out diseases by chanting the word, the sounds of moving through the day, pray no accidents arise. Giving thanks to heaven that I am still alive. Blessing my enemies, blessing the ones I love. Praying for forgiveness for any damages I've done. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, Nam is the word. Now the day is done and moon is on the rise. My trials and tribulations all bottled up inside. I summon in the Nam as I reach up for the skies. I command all fear and shadows be gone before my eyes. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, Nam is the word. And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonate inside us, Nam is the word.
Okay, thanks for your patience. Let's move on to the show. I'm going to start with Divine Flame, because this is like a warm-up for the personals, so I hope you're still here, because you're getting a freebie. Basically, you're getting a freebie. Oh, Path is going. Good night, Path. It was great to have you. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I just have to clear the stage here. I'm doing a mini personal reading now for Divine Flame. Yes, you are here, so sit back and enjoy. Divine Flame, this gets very, it's personal, okay? It's just you and me right now, so I would invite everyone else to hang out with each other, share your stories. Sometimes these readings spill over into someone else, but right now I'm focusing on Divine Flame. Okay, Divine Flame, if you don't mind, I'm just going to dive right in. If you have something that's on your in your heart that's really, needing attention right now, then please bring that forward in yourself. What I would do is imagine, if you can, invite your invisible friends to hang out with you and bring yourself into tight focus here with the show right now. It's all about you. And just enjoy the moment. You don't really have to do anything. You can just sit back and enjoy. You can eat candy. You can be doing your nails. You could eat popcorn. However you do this, it's your business. It's your reading, okay? Yes, cheers. I'm going to do the same thing. Cheers. Good evening, everyone. I'm having an early happy hour. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it, okay? I'm going to just shuffle these over here. Okay? And let's have a look at the weather. Okay, so we got the Empress energy here. So my feeling for you, Divine Flame, is like, to me this feels like it's a real surprise. It's like, oh, really? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Gulp, what am I supposed to do? I think what's happening here, Divine Flame, is that the heavens, the angels, the planets, your invisible friends are trying to reach you, above and beyond, and to get through a degree of like three-dimensional human resistance. And what they're trying to remember, what they're trying to do is remind you that like you're surrounded by bounty, by abundance, by richness, and like creative fertility, and the ability to manifest. And they just want to remind you. In other words, there are certain like planetary alignments. No matter what I was talking about with the Nine of Swords earlier, there's still a huge reservoir of abundance and richness that's out there for you, whatever it is. Maybe you have certain hidden desires that you've been looking forward to tap into. Well, now is the time. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, so with the Six of Pentacles here, my feeling is that it's like you're struggling with abundance, like finding the balancing point. How a lot of people measure abundance in terms of money, but there are other ways to measure wealth. Wealth, like, what is the true wealth? Abundance. Like, look, if you blink, close your eyes really, really tightly, and then open your eyes, and put down a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. Like, my God, I'm actually alive. Oh my God, I have the luxury of tuning into a YouTube channel. Maybe a couple billion people to do that, but there are billions of people who can't. And so with the Six of Pentacles here, my feeling is that this is a divinely sacred opportunity happening in your life right now to bring harmony and balance and restoration towards the things that you value. In other words, if you have been giving away too much of your wealth and resources and assets and love and time and energy to other people, and you have not been receiving an equal, let's say, reciprocal gesture in return, you have to acknowledge that with yourself and understand that abundance is like a concept. It's a state of mind, it's a state of the heart, and it's out there for you. And it's really important. I see this like as a time stamp. It's really time for you to bring things back into balance in your life, whether it's with finances, time and energy, like the time energy, like, what's that equation? The time-money equation. I see this is very, very strong here. Dear Divine Flame, are you optimizing your time on this planet? Are you optimizing your money? Is your money aligned with time? Is your time aligned with money in a way that is optimal for you? Where to me it feels like it's time for you to bring it back into a balance. To me, it feels to me like you really need to take a very, very close look at time. How are you spending your time? Where are you spending your energy? How are you spending it? Is it on jobs, people, family, obligations, credit, debt, or whatever? And how are you wasting that? How is that being wasted in your life? It's time to get that in order. What's the problem here? You're as scared as everyone else. To me, it looks like the problem is facing your fears or even admitting that you have a problem. The Nine of Wands is a very scary card for a lot of people. And in this position, to me, it's like a validation that you are letting yourself be held hostage by your worst fears. I hope that makes sense. You might have to watch this again to listen to that part. I don't want to repeat it. I have to keep going. This is almost like the fear of fear itself. This is almost like the real challenge here is at being so scared of the fearful aspects of your life that are out of alignment, that mean where you need to bring it back into alignment through decision making. The fear of being like, it's almost like the problem is like you already know this, but you're scared of being held hostage by your own worst fears and nightmares. And so you end up trapped. Okay, so how do we break this? Okay, reality check, reality check, reality check. With the Two of Pentacles here, my feeling is it's let's come down to earth, okay? Let's make things very, very simple. Just pretend you're like I'm an accountant, or pretend you're an accountant, and you make a list of all the good things in your life, like, oh, I got this job, or I have this qualification, or I have these talents, I have these gifts, I have these savings, I have this, I have an apartment, or I have a car, and I have bills, and over here on the other side, you have, oh, I have debt, I have obligations, I have monthly bills, I have to do that. So you put them side by side, and you look at them in a very blunt, clear, stark manner, and then look very closely. What are they telling you? Where am I out of balance? And face the fear. There's a lot of emotional turbulence here in the background that comes with facing your fear. What I'm feeling here with the Two of Pentacles is that this is a really, really good time for you right now to have a good close self-examination about how you are out of alignment with yourself in ways that you've never dared to talk about or admit to yourself before or to anyone else. And then take a look at it and then figure out, okay, well, what are we going to do about it? But you can't do anything about it until you identify the problem. That's what I'm sensing here. It's time to admit and identify the limiting factors in your life. Admit the things that scare you and hold you back, the terrors, the nightmares. Admit the imbalance and then face it full on. Face it and look at it and then figure out in a very practical manner, okay, what am I going to do now? Okay? So face your fear. That's what this is really all about. Face your fear and release yourself from the trap of paranoia. And in so doing, tap into the abundance that's out there waiting for you. How you define abundance, that's your own business. Okay? Thank you, Divine Flame. I hope that made sense. I was very happy to read for you. I feel very pleased with this. Thank you very much. I'm going to say hello. Hello, Divine Flame. So that was a big, broad kind of spacey reading, but I hope you understood it and you get some truth that comes out of it and that it resonates with you. Okay? Thank you very much. Okay, now we are going to go into the Super Chat readings for real. Here we go. All right, let's clear this up. Now we're going to read for Precious. I don't know if Precious is still here. Maybe. But we're going to do a little reading for you. It's going to be general, okay? Hope you don't mind. Precious, you're up. Let's put this right over here. So we're going to do your reading right here. I know I can tell from your vibrations, I can tell from what you're typing in on the screen that you're tapping into some good energy and you're being realistic about it. You're not setting yourself up for disappointed. It sounds to me like regarding matters of love and heart and travel and dual citizenship, getting your passport and things like that, there are things that are happening for you that have come from making really, really tough decisions to love anyway. Be loving anyway. Okay? And you've had your handful. Okay? You've had so much stress that you've had to carry for a long time, but you've done it. It's like you've done the work. Okay? And so it's time for you to enjoy some of the benefits. One tiny little nugget at a time. You can't gorge on this, okay? All right, precious, let's have a look. See what's going on here. You don't have to really say anything. You don't have to do anything. Okay, so I'm basically going to be focusing on precious moments right now. So if you guys have to hang out amongst yourselves, have your own conversations, that's fine. That would be a good use of time. Welcome, Precious Moments, everybody. Precious Moments is up there in Edmonton, Canada. It's, let's say, early February, so it's probably Arctic cold there right now. Cheers, and this is a little warm-up for you, okay? Okay, cards are nicely shuffled. Let's just dive right in. I'm going to break it up in a very fat, extreme way, just to make sure you have a really pristine reading. Here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's look at the weather for you. It's sort of like this. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Now, don't be scared of this. Some people don't like this card. Personally, I kind of like it. I see it as a power card. I see it as it's time for you, Precious, to understand that you're doing good work, like one step at a time in a very thorough, responsible, ethical, productive way to create the foundations of a new reality for yourself, okay? It's like kind of like when, imagine you're building a house or a skyscraper or something like that. It has to start somewhere with a vision, and then you make sketches and doodles on a napkin, and then you get fancy paper and you do proper sketches, and then you do architectural plans, and then you start sorting out the money and the time and the energy, and you put it all together. Now, this is like baking a cake, building a cake. To me, it feels like it's a really good time for you now to take advantage of the energies around you and very systematically, methodically, very responsibly start to build new foundations, new structure for your life. Now, you might not see it very quickly. I see this as very slow-moving energy, but I think it's about tapping into the Saturn-Pluto thing in Capricorn, mixed with the Jupiter in Capricorn, and for the next couple of months, Mars in Capricorn. That's going to be a very powerful, let's say, series of alignments for you, and it's going to help you, okay? Help you to stabilize and start to see a new structure in your life. What's the situation here? Okay. It might be the something, I'm just going to cheat here a little bit, okay, Precious? Because I know you've been talking about this like love interest that you have, and there's a motivation for you to visit and meet each other. And what I'm sensing here is that I don't know this person, I don't have to know this person, but I'm feeling like you would not be doing this unless you were feeling inspired by this person. And that person, like, you know how we talk about sometimes the energy of mirrors in relationships? What I'm sensing is the fact that you are relating with someone who like gives you a sense of romance and hope and possibility for a loving relationship inspires you and brings you into your like strength and into your sense of dignity and self-respect. And it's about time, because I know you've had periods when it's been very, very hard for you, very, very challenging. But what I'm sensing is that I'm not saying that this King of Wands represents a really good guy. What I'm sensing is your life experience right now is being triggered by this, I don't know, this new flame thing that you're talking about that we've mentioned before, and it's bringing you into your strength, okay? It doesn't mean that he's going to be like save you or he's going to be a hero or anything. He might be a wonderful guy, but this is all about you, okay? This is the way I see it. This is all about you coming into your strength and finally seeing and feeling things and noticing things in your life that make you feel like, wow, yeah, I've had some really shitty things happen in my life, but I did the work. I did the work. I'm still doing the work. And I'm going to continue to do the work. Thank you very much. And like your sense of inspiration feeds on itself. And that is being triggered by just having like the hint of a love interest. Now what's the problem here? Okay, there might be a problem. Something as simple like someone's already attached to someone else. Okay? And making it very difficult to, have a full-on type of relationship. A lot of people have triangulated situations where there's a tie or a bond like between yourself and someone else or between someone else and someone else, okay? And so you might be scared like, oh my God, for all I know, he's got someone else or they've got someone else, or what happens if I can't really disconnect myself from my limiting factors? What happens if they can't disconnect themselves from their limiting factors? For example, from what I recall, you were talking about how that person lives in America and you're in Canada. And to me, it feels like you might be really scared that like the distance might be a real big problem, and you might be strapped and trapped into your world just like they might be strapped and trapped into their world, and it makes it very hard to connect and have a loving, fun, exciting thing. Okay, but this is, again, it's a fear. This is a deep fear thing over here. So how do we deal with that? Well, it's almost like the fear of it not working, the fear of making a bond. Actually, there's another layer here. It's the fear of making a connection again, opening your heart and being loving and being loved, only to be disappointed and discover that it was not cool. So that's understandable too, especially in the early stages of love and romance, okay, and relationship. So how do we deal with this? You love anyway, okay, precious? You love anyway. Be loving anyway. Okay? You go forward anyway with the best of intentions. You make your own decisions to put your best self forward every single step of the way. Okay? Don't worry about the other person. Don't worry about the things that might ruin everything. The only thing that counts going forward is you being loving, being loved. Love thyself first. Give yourself permission to go and see them. Let them come see you. Allow yourself to risk having your heart broken and being unable to connect. You do it anyway. You love anyway. You make the best presentation of yourself. In other words, it's almost like go forward, show the energy of courage and your willingness to like invest in a future, your willingness to put the time and the work and the energy into what it means to start a new life and a new foundation. This is all about you, okay, precious? This is all about you and your life. And it might just be that there's a connection with a relationship going on here that is triggering you and inspiring you to this really, really good thing here, okay? So I see this as really good. I'm not saying, I'm promising like, oh, you're going to have a wonderful relationship. No. This is all about you honoring yourself, going forward anyway, no matter the fear of things not working, no matter the fear of you being trapped again in something that doesn't work, or your fear that they can't come to you, or your fear that you can't go to them. You love anyway, okay? All right, that's your reading. Okay, let's have a look. So let's see what's going on here. I hope that made sense to you, precious. And you have a little bit of a courageous uplift from there. Next, we're going to go to Upasti. Okay, Upasti, what the heck is going on? Let me just check in and check out. Hello, precious. I hope that reading made sense to you. I really felt it very strongly. Love anyway. Be loving, be loved. You're a very loving, caring person, okay? That's already established. So it's just a question of keep going anyway. Okay? You're creating new foundations, new starts. It's like, well, I don't want to repeat the reading. I hope you understand. All right, let's see. Next, we're going to Ubasti. Ubasti's purr, okay? Here we go. Okay, everybody. I know some of you have been chatting behind the scenes with Ubasti about pets and psychic things. Let's see what's going on, okay? Life is a miracle. Life is an ongoing miracle. I am usually, at least once a day, I am astounded by the miracle of human life. What it means, where we came from, where we are now, and where we're going. It's mind-boggling. It's much better than Netflix and YouTube and the news. The most satisfying thing is living your life. Living your life. Being utterly committed to the now, to the moment. Living it with like delicious commitment and deep, deep gratitude and deep, deep appreciation. It's almost like a formula for happiness. Even though there might be tragedies, even though we might be surrounded by the Nine of Swords all across the planet, it doesn't mean you have to be miserable. Okay, I'm really going to break this deck up. Serious big time. Here we go. That was an outrageous cut. Here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look at the energies around you. Let's have a look at the weather. I'm thinking of the planets. Yes! Okay, with the Page of Swords here, my feeling is that really, seriously, Ubasti, it's really time to shout it out. It's really time to kind of be a whistleblower on yourself and risk being ridiculed or insulted or misunderstood or let's say ostracized. I'm feeling here with the Page of Swords energy, it's like it's almost like that rebel energy where, you know, there's no glory in it, there's no money. It's like people who go on marches, like people who go on strike marches, people who go on anti-something marches, like anti-meat or anti or let's make it positive, pro-vegetarianism or something like that, or let's clean up the planet, or let's you know, I don't know, doing something really useful for self and mankind. All I'm suggesting here is that it's almost like it's time to break out and speak out, even if there are people around you who would love, who are going to be, let's just say, embarrassed by you being you. Okay, it's time to just shout it out. I'm almost at the point. I'm serious, Ubasti. I know you have a YouTube channel, but again, you've probably noticed that with Tarot Lumination, my glory days are over. That's all done now. And YouTube is a very different environment to when I started 3 years ago. And you'd have to have a lot of courage to start a channel today, because you have to fit a certain type of profile to actually be viable according to the YouTube algorithm. That doesn't mean it's over. All I'm suggesting, you don't have to do YouTube videos or anything, but all I'm suggesting that is, like, it's really important right now to take advantage of the planets and the transits and really, like, seize the moment. Be the whistleblower. Be a truth speaker. Okay? What's the situation? Let's have a look. Okay, you see this Ace of Wands here? This, to me, it feels like it's a message. To me, it feels it's all about the Pisces new moon coming up in about 8 or 9 days, okay? And it's going to be a really strong, beautiful, powerful, very spiritual new moon. It's going to be hard squared by, well, it's going to be very harmonious with Jupiter. So it's kind of almost like a dreams come true scenario. Jupiter in Capricorn, very sweet with Neptune in Pisces, and the Sun in Pisces and the Moon in Pisces. I think of this as new starts and new beginnings, where you start to become more and more you become more dignified. I can't think of the proper word. You become more dignified. You become more of a master of your craft, and where you see this as like almost like a mission, almost like a divinely ordained mission. I don't know how else to describe it. And it might really piss some people off. It's almost like I'm telling you, like, it's time for you to set up your own pet psychic service properly, not just hanging around here on the channel or like living your vibes in your neighborhood with your friends and family, but actually being out there. Okay, what's the problem here? Okay, it's almost, this is too much for you. The fear is that the possibility of you becoming, or the challenges of you actually being you are so extreme that it makes you it's almost like having a what I would call like a blackout. It's almost like, because it's such an energy field, it's such a strong energy field that you're having to carry in your body. And it's almost like it's not fair. And so when you hear someone like Terra Lumination say, you know what, Upasti? You've got all these, you have a certain gift. It's time to do something with it. You already know that. You're born with it. You already know the curse of the gift. But that doesn't need to own you or destroy your life. And yet, there is the deep fear of the gift, okay? And that's very understandable. I've worked and I've met some really like super powerful psychics and mediums, and I've had the chance to help them reorient and become themselves. And I feel that something similar is happening here between Ubasti, yourself, and myself here, where my job right now is to let you know that this isn't going to go away, and it's a very hard energy to carry. And the whole idea of like, what the heck am I supposed to do and how am I supposed to do it? How am I supposed to completely surrender myself to my gift? Where, in other words, you're not living in the egoic sense of life. You're just living as this person who is divinely gifted. Oh my gosh, what does that mean? How do I do that? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no. Okay. So back over here, look at this. This is a really powerful reading, okay, Ubasti? Again, let's go to the Pisces new moon in about 10 days. So to me it feels like give yourself a chance to digest this and just like let this ferment for a while, and understand that you're facing big decisions, and the real decision is to love thyself, become married to thyself, and almost become, it's almost like being willing to be out there more than you're doing right now. This might be an indication that it's time to go more public and to go, which would scare you in other words, maybe doing something like what we're doing here at Tarot Lumination. You don't have to start a channel or keep doing it through the channel, but allowing yourself to, it's almost like, yeah, be exposed, be naked in all of your strengths and all of your weaknesses, all of your power and your gifts and all of your fragilities. All of that needs to come to full blossoming, full surface, okay? It's like a flower coming into bloom. It's time for you to take yourself very seriously. Probably more seriously than you do already, okay? It's nice for us to interact like this, but to me it feels like it's time to go on stage, okay? Gently. You don't have to do it right now. All I'm suggesting is that think about everything that we're talking about here in the next 10 days or so, and then when we have that beautiful Pisces new moon, please see that as like a timestamp, like a trigger moment to take this more seriously, okay? I hope that helps you. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you, Obasti. To me, it feels like it's time to get serious. It's time to go big, to be very bold, to face your fears and do it anyway. Even though you might, this almost feels like it's so absurd that, I don't know if you've ever had this where you black out or you go into a cold sweat and then you faint and you have no idea what happens and you wake up and there's people looking at you like saying like, hey, wake up, hey, wake up. That's what I'm sensing here. Does that make sense, Ubasti? It's like this awakening moment for you, like a blossoming thing is happening where it's just like, oh my God, like I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I can't do it. It's so disorienting. It's already disorienting enough to be psychic, to be a psychic medium with people and with pets. And yet, here you are. So what are you going to do with that? It means making really tough decisions, to be married to yourself and to live with who you really are. Not everyone's going to dig it. It might not be an easy path, but it's all about like honor and self-respect and like making a commitment, okay? I know what you're saying. We can talk about this another time, okay? Let me go back. Thank you, Abasti. I know there are some very extreme limiting factors, like you just talked about on the screen. But you're still you, and you still have the right to be you. Okay? Let me just put all this stuff back together here. I hope Gregory is still here. We're going to do a reading for Gregory now. This is going to be coming from outer space, okay? This is what's happening today here. I'm feeling is like it's a very rich, I'm getting rich, broad spectrum readings. And you don't have to type anything in, okay? Let's have a look. Okay, Ubasti's Purr. I just felt something. Hold on. Give me a second, Gregory. I know you've got your problems with the limitations of family and all of that kind of stuff, but you can still keep going anyway. If you've got like $25 to spare, what I could suggest is get the cheapest option and go to one of those places like Vistaprint and create like a box of like whatever it is, 250 business cards. And wherever you go, whatever you're doing, just lay a few cards on a table. Become very, very public. Going into coffee shops, little like, message boards at supermarkets or convenience stores or lamp posts or something, where people put up business cards. And you just something like Upastis Per, Pet Psychic, and then you just put your email. It's just something really simple. Or just do live streams. I don't know if you are qualified or not, but do live streams on Terra Lumination, or not. Do live streams on YouTube and tell you, hey, I'm a pet psychic, and I'm willing to help people with their pet psychic issues. Okay, something like that. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. I know you're shit scared. It's okay. You'll be fine. You just got to keep going. All right, Gregory, here we are. We've worked together before, so you kind of know what's going on. And we've done a few readings here tonight, so everyone else knows what's going on. This one's for you, Gregory. Hold on, I need just a little bit more here. Okay, Gregory, hold on. Okay, we're sweet. We're good now. We're really good. Cheers. Thank you, Gregory. Cheers. I raise my glass to you. I'm doing very extreme cuts because I want pristine deck. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. Now let's just check the weather. Okay. Emperor. Okay. This feels really strong to me, but it's also a bit intimidating. Like, I think we've talked about this before, about kind of becoming the boss, putting yourself in the first position. Setting up a corporation, setting up business where you're the guy. Okay? And of course, everything that comes with that can be really scary. Like, some people are total egomaniacs and they set themselves up like this when they're not qualified. And that becomes a real problem for everyone else, because it's like having like a maniac drug lord who thinks they control the universe. This is very different energy. I think the Emperor energy here for you is an indication that you are very well positioned right now to go to the next step in taking a leadership position, in taking a dominant position pretty much in every aspect of your life. Love, business, finance, relationships, and taking it to the next step. No matter how much work you've already been doing, no matter how much we've talked about this already, the message is very loud and very clear here for me to tell you, that's what I'm sensing, is that it's time to go next level. Okay? If you don't know what that means yet, if you don't have a clear definition of your life, what that means in your life, it kind of doesn't matter. All I'm suggesting is that the circumstances are ripe and appropriate for you to take on the mantle of leadership, the mantle of being the boss, and but like being the benevolent leader. Okay? Because somebody's got to do it. Like there's Jeff Bezos from Amazon. There's Bill Gates from Microsoft and all that. There are all sorts of people who are in leadership positions, and someone's got to do it. It requires, number one, huge amount of courage to take a leadership position and maintain that. And it's very obvious why people shy away from leadership, why they pull back, because they don't want to be held accountable for the really tough decisions when somebody, usually the leader, has to make the final call on any situation. Leaders are also very good at spotting resources, talents, and gifts in their world and putting them together in a way that works for them. But with benevolent leadership, that is reciprocal, and it goes back into the community, into humankind, into your world. In other words, other people benefit when you take on more and more leadership. What's the situation? Wow, we've had this almost every reading tonight. It requires tough decisions. It requires, for this to happen, for you to take full advantage of the weather right now, it feels to me like it's putting you on the spot with yourself. Like, oh my God, TL, we've already talked about going next level, and now you're telling me we're going to go next level. Next level on top of next level. And then Terra Lumination says, yeah, actually, yep, that's what we're talking about here. And then that kind of makes you go crazy, like, oh my God, it's already hard enough to be me as it is. Oh no. And then you kind of go through this extreme, like, humbling experience where you don't have a choice, and you realize the only thing for me to do is reach out and surrender and accept the healing power of love, understand and ask for divine protection, ask for divine intervention, and then allow that to happen, and then make decisions from the heart, knowing that it's kind of radical and it's going to put you on the spot. It's like you're going to be on the spot of having to live with yourself as you go next level. So it might be kind of a really weird, trippy experience. What's the problems here? Okay, so with the Seven of Pentacles here, it might be a fear of failure. Like, oh my God, Terra Lumination, you're over the top. You're completely over the top. You're telling me I've got to take it to the next level, almost becoming, almost like, I mean, this is going to sound weird. I don't know how to describe it, Gregory, but you're telling me I got to become like a soap opera character, like a soap opera gang leader, a boss, like the boss, in some kind of like Netflix series where they have to have like a leader of something, like a corporation, the police, or like on these shows where there has to be, the guy at the end of the line who makes the really tough decisions. My feeling here is that with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, oh, Terra Lumination, you're telling me that, like, to take on that role, it's actually a burden. That's a lot of work. That means I have to continuously, do more and more homework on myself. It means I have to constantly, it's like doing maintenance, and you're at a point in life where I just want to have fun. I want to be happy. I'd like to just, have a good time in life because I've worked for it. I deserve it. And the fear is that by going to the Gregory Ross next level, there's a deep fear that you might be exposed, like in the way, like in every way, in every aspect where you have not done the work on yourself, where you have not like cleaned up your own act, that in such a way that would allow you to like shine and glow in your full splendor as taking a leadership position. However, real leaders are deeply flawed, and they know it and they understand it, but they work to their strengths anyway. And they know it's a continuous process, every day having to get up in the morning like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? What are the steps that I have to take in order to get me, Gregory Ross, into the position where I can really be in my power and like shine the way that I'm supposed to? And that comes down to work. And the work is making like the little tough decision. Like, what exactly is it I have to do? Dear Lord, dear angels, dear invisible friends, please bring to me messages and guidance for exactly what it is that I have to do on myself today, right now, to optimize myself. Because it's a continuous process. It's like brushing your teeth every day, or having to do, I don't know, like going for a walk every day, or something that you do every day that it's actually in some ways kind of tedious, but you know that if you don't do it, you start falling apart very quickly. It might be like might be time for a health regimen, okay? Where you deliberately do things that you know you don't want to do, but you already know that they would be good for you and healthy for you. And you just kind of like, oh God, okay. So, how are we going to do this? Okay, with the Seven of Cups here, my feeling is like the way to move forward is to deliberately tap into the dream world. I don't know about you, Gregory, but I've been having a huge amount of very vivid dreams lately in the last 2 months. And they've become really important in how I conduct my life. I'll wake up in the morning and I'll remember what I can in my dreams and find some kind of hidden message. And there always is a hidden message. So what I'm sensing here is the way forward is to understand everything that we've talked about just here in a very like worldly, three-dimensional, understandable way. But the solutions are actually in heaven. The solutions are actually out there in dreamland, in the place where artists go, in the place where dreamers go. I see this as the genius card, where you tap into your divine genius self and allow that energy to come to you. In other words, you don't have to sit in front of a desk all day figuring out and calculating things in order to go Gregory Ross next level and turn it into like tedious grunt work. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be growth through inspiration, growth through dreams, growth through tapping into divine intelligence, divine knowledge, divine wisdom, because it's all out there. It just has to be tapped into, and you use that as a resource and you go forward from there. In other words, it's almost like give yourself permission to get inspiration from your dreams rather than feeling that you have to grind your way through life to get to be who you really are, how you want to be, the way you want to do it. Tap into your dreams. Truly, truly tap into your dreams. I know that's a high risk maneuver, but that looks like the way to go. Tap into your dreams. Allow yourself to grow into your richness and your fullness. Astound yourself. Amaze yourself. And in so doing, amaze others. I hope that makes sense. All right. I don't see anything on the screen here from Gregory, but if you have to, you can watch this on the replays. Don't worry. Next up, we've got Jeffrey. I don't know if you're still here, Jeffrey, but if you are, you're going to get a live SuperChat mini reading. I just have to clear this up. And let's do this. Yay. Okay, let's have a look. So I'm going to clear the deck. So, Jeffrey, are you still in San Diego? I know we talked about moving back east to set up a business with your mom. Oh. You're very studious, Jeffrey. I see the notes there. Oh, there's Gregory. I see you. Hi. I see you. Yeah, that was kind of a cool reading, actually. I agree. It was kind of a cool... Actually, you could say amazing. I wouldn't say these things, Gregory. I wouldn't do them if they were not real. To me, this stuff is very, very real. For a lot of people, this is just cuckoo land. But, you know, we are crossing over... the way we work here is that we operate at very high frequencies on this channel and with Terra Lumination that allow us to tap into these kind of energy fields. And you can't do this through like a job consultant or through LinkedIn or through your typical, you know, recruiting, job recruitment place or career counseling. You can't do that. We can do this here, but you can't do that there. Yo. Oh, you're waiting for someone to take over your apartment. Okay, I see that, Jeffrey. I don't know, have you ever heard of Craigslist? Craigslist San Diego? I've learned over the years that Craigslist is very, very good. It's useless for a lot of things, but it's good for certain things. It's also full of like weird stuff, but when it comes to apartments, renting, and things like that, if you've got places to rent, or if you're looking to rent a place, or you're looking and you have a place that you want to rent out, Craigslist San Diego might be something worth looking into. I'm serious. Oh, whoa, that's so freaking cool. So, Jeffrey, out of interest, would you mind typing in a few notes about what this means, working remotely for Dallas? Just to let everybody know, because everybody here who's not aware, Jeffrey is kind of like a business master's kind of person, but he's also very spiritual. He's very aware of these things, but he's also very connected to the three-dimensional aspects of life and world and finance and money and business. And he's in San Diego right now, but he's able to connect with Dallas, and so remote work, it's actually really cool. It's almost like what we do here at Terra Lumination, where we're doing remote long distance readings in real time. All right, Jeffrey, we're almost ready. I'm going to go completely blind. You don't have to put anything in there. Let's just see what's going on. Open this up. Open this up. Okay, we're pretty sweet right now. Actually, Jeffrey, just hang for a second. What I want to do, you see this? I need a refill. So I'm just going to I'm not even going to switch screens or stages or anything. I'm just going to pop out there grab a bottle. I believe I have, or I had a bottle on hand. Give me a second. Please bear with me. Yes. I found it. Here we go. Yeah, we have some really cool people on this channel. I have to tell you. I'm really proud of us. I'm very proud of us. I love working with you guys. I wish I could do more than what I do already, but I'm kind of maxed out. Even in this tiny little way with only 15 or 20 people here. It takes a huge amount of energy to do what we do, be who we are, the way we are. And that's just how it is. Cards are already very nicely shuffled, I have to tell you. And let's just do this. Okay, what I'd like to do is I'd like to take advantage of this moment. Stay there, Jeffrey. I want to check in with everyone. Now that we're here, we're kind of settled in. We're in the middle of the show. We've got 3 more readings. Well, 4 actually. We're working on Jeffrey right now, but we got 3 more. Let's just check in. Okay? Okay? I'm just doing a little bit of cleaning and let's do this as a little group thing. I'm just doing this for myself because I need this right now. Then this is to help me get through the show. But you can imagine yourself in your own words, okay? When I say I, imagine it's you as well, okay? I ask for the healing power of love to fill my body from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my mind from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my heart from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my soul from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my relationships from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my loved ones from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my home from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill my life from up above. I ask for the healing power of love to fill the ... blank that belongs to you guys. Fill it up from up above. So you can reinterpret this and restate this whole thing and customize it purely for your own benefit. I just needed that to top it up. Literally, what I just did then is literally like taking a car and going to the gas station and filling it up with some fuel. That's all I did. The tank is full. Okay? Here we go. Let's go back to work. All right. Cards are really sweet right now. A super ultra tight cut. Hold on. I had to grab it. I had to drag it to the end of the stage. Oh my God. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look at the weather for you, Jeffrey, okay? Okay, the Queen of Swords. Okay, so to me it's like an issue of separation. Like the whole prospect of separating from things that don't work for you and moving towards things that do work for you is very, very important right now. In other words, I feel that it's like there is no time to let down your guard. Like, to me, it feels like you're almost like in what I would call a super vortex, where you know your challenges, you know your limitations, but you also know your strengths and your gifts and your opportunities. And it's almost like all of them are on your plate right now. And to me, it feels like it's almost too much. It's just like the energy field is almost too much to handle, and that you're not prepped up for this. You've never been through a vortex like this, and you've never like had the training or experience to get through a transition period like this. And so what's happening here with the Queen of Swords is that this energy is telling you that you're going to have to be almost ruthless in what you have to do and how you have to do it in order for you to honor yourself and be truly committed to the truth of yourself, okay? And that might not work for some people, but that's their problem. It might not work for those people, but that's their problem. It's really important to like go through to understand that, again, I think this is something to do with the Pisces new moon coming up in about 10 days. Like, when it comes into that whole Pisces new moon energy, it's almost like a dreams come true opportunity, but you can't access that dreams come true energy without going through the process of elimination, the refinement, the distillation. If you can think of yourself like a homebrew beer or a wine or a liquor like whiskey or something, or vodka, where they have to distill it. And if you're aware of the process of distillation, it's a very brutal process. They take, the liquid from these grains, and then they boil it up, and then they ferment it, and they create alcohol, and then they heat it, and they eliminate the things that don't belong. So it's kind of a brutal process. Like fermentation and distillation is a brutal process, and it's basically saying goodbye to everything that doesn't work regarding the end product. Lucky for you, Jeffrey, you're already aware. I feel like you're already aware that this is happening. It's just that you might not be aware of how tough it is or how hard it is to be so utterly ruthless about what works for you and what doesn't work for you. And you can't figure this out just like that. To me, this looks like an energy of getting used to this energy of filtering, of refining, of processing. Another way to look at it is like forging steel, with this swords energy here. When they forge steel, when they're making old-fashioned warrior swords, they'll take high-grade steel with a lot of carbon, and they'll put it in the flames, and they'll heat it up really hot. And while it's super hot, they smash it and hammer it to get it tighter and tighter and tighter, and then stretch it out. And then they will take it in that advanced form, then they will dip it in cold water to lock the crystals in alignment, and it makes it stronger. And then they take it out again, they stick it back in the flames, heat it up to white hot, smash it again, put it in the cold water, lock in the new, more and more refined alignments. That's what I'm sensing here. To me, the Queen of Swords is telling you, be aware that you're going through like a distillation process. And it's not easy. What's the situation itself? Okay, and to me it feels like the reason is that this is happening is because you're on a pathway to become an inspiration for other people. And you are on a pathway to leadership, a pathway to benevolent leadership that was earned through going through almost like the fires of hell, the fires of distillation, the fires of fermentation, the fires of what they do like in ceramics, in kilns, and where they take things to extreme heat and it changes one element into a new element. And it's very hard to do. It puts a lot of pressure on you, but to me it looks like there's no escape. So with the Queen of Wands, it feels to me like you're on this path to becoming a really, really good person who is there for other people, having gone through the process of refinement and distillation about what knowing what does not work in life. It's kind of sacrificial, okay? Not everybody would choose this path. To me, this looks like a very hard path. Okay, let's have a look. What are the challenges? To me, it looks like you're scared that you'll never be happy by being on this path, and that by sticking to this path, you are denying yourself the chance of your own personal happiness. But this to me feels like it's stuck in the now, like right now. This to me here looks like it's much more to do with your life, your whole life. And so it would be perfectly appropriate for you to be scared of not having the chance to be really happy in who you are and what you are right now, because this pressure is so strong and it's so demanding. So how do you deal with that? Well, before I pull this card, deep down, let's just agree that you already know that you can handle it, but you might not have realized that the pressure was going to be so intense. In other words, the pressure to be Jeffrey Longoria is more than you ever anticipated. So how do you deal with that? You go forward anyway. You love anyway. Okay, just kind of something like we had similar earlier, but this is almost like you lead with compassion, leading with your heart, leading by walking away from the things that don't work, walking towards the things that do work, and living your life as an example to others. And how brutal it can be sometimes, like knowing, for example, when you move forward, making the most loving decision possible, which is to walk away from combat, walk away from things that don't work. Do not dignify your detractors by giving them your time and your energy. You simply move away. You never take the bait. You continuously, almost religiously, end up having to move forward with the most loving gesture in that moment in time. And that is a challenge. That is a serious challenge, Jeffrey. To me, this looks like it's a tough reading. This is a really, really tough reading because it goes deep to your heart. Like, in other words, like, holy shit. TL, what are you telling me? Am I on some kind of mission, on some kind of path of service where I have to be an inspiration to others and help others? And does this mean that I'm going to lose any kind of personal happiness for myself? Am I going to have to be some kind of like sacrificial hero? No. All I'm suggesting here is that to go forward, it means you have to feel what I just talked about here, but you go forward anyway, and you will discover happiness in new ways that you did not know existed, or you do not know already that can exist, but you can only discover by moving forward in these really, really challenging ways. The thing is, this would not be happening unless you already knew you could handle it in this lifetime. So this is it's almost like you chose this, okay? You chose this, Jeffrey, and now it's actually happening. And yeah, it's scary. It's really, really scary going to the next level because you don't really know what that means. You're already going next level, but to me it looks like you're priming yourself to go next level again from there, okay? It's tough. I think you can handle it. But again, I don't think you would be here at all hanging out with us unless you had a certain degree of ability to love and be loved, a certain degree of compassion that you are ready, willing, and able to share with the world in your own particular way. All right? Okay? All right. Okay, so I'm just seeing some notes here on the screen. You're reinterpreting this reading for yourself. It's very, very hard. This is really, really tough. I mean, it looks beautiful because you've got the Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the Knight. I mean, it's epic. But this looks actually to me like a really, really tough reading. Okay? But then again, you can handle it. Okay? All right, I'm going to take this apart now and deconstruct all this. We're going to go on to Topaz. Let's have a look, Topaz. What you got going on? Let's have a look here. Let's clean this up. Thank you, Jeffrey. It's a real pleasure to read for you. No problem. I don't know if Taylor, you're still here, but you're going to be after Topaz. And then after Topaz, we've got Triple Fire. Okay, here we go. I'm just going to clean this up. All I'm doing is clearing. Just clearing things, okay? I don't do reversals and jumpers and flyers and anything like that. I keep it as simple as humanly possible because it's hard enough to do this as it is, okay? I'm sure a lot of you know that already in your own ways, in your own lives. But there is a certain joy that comes with living purely in the moment, purely in a decision to make the most loving decision that you can at that time. There's no substitute, okay? There is no substitute. Yes, Topaz, you're up. I saw your note on the screen. I'm just clearing. Sweet. Sweet. Here we go. Cutting it up. Look at that. This is a monster cut. I think it's really helping me to do these monster cuts. Cheers, Topaz. Okay, here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how to handle it. Let's have a look at the weather for you. Oh, look. Okay, so with the Six of Cups here, my feeling is like, let's get it straight, okay, Topaz? You're in the right place, with the right people, at the right time, for the right purpose, okay? You are loving, you are loved. You have been loving, you have been loved. You know what this is all about. And my feeling is that you're kind of in a lifetime right now where you knew this was going to happen. You knew you were going to have to recycle yourself and get to the point where you are more authentically true to your deep heart soul energy than you have ever been before. And of course, there is a challenge that comes with it. And my feeling here with the Six of Cups is that it's like there is a lot to be learned for you in the dynamic of relationship, like where you have to be willing to open your heart up in a very, very, very pure, simple, serene ways that you might not normally like to do. Because if you like to be in control or have a sense of being in charge or like having everything orderly in your life, and then getting to a point where what really counts is your heart-to-heart connection with a particular individual. Now that can be any individual. It doesn't have to be a lover or an ex-lover or a future lover. This could be with any individual where you're coming to them and relating with them purely from heart energy, and there's no other agenda on top of that. In other words, you don't look at someone as a prospective client or as a prospective, let's say, something that's good for you. You just relate with them at that moment in time at pure heart energy, knowing that you are there for them and they are there for you in this lifetime right now for a very specific reason. I don't know what that is though. Let's have a look. What's the situation? Okay, well, with the Eight of Cups here, my feeling is that it's like it's almost like there's no actual indication here in the cards to say this directly, but what I'm feeling is that you have a very kind of rich, like almost like a romantic attachment to life and how life works, how your life is, where you came from, who you are now, where you're heading to, and you have this kind of rich romantic feeling to go with it. In other words, it's like it's almost like you're somebody who loves to be really immersed in a movie where you take on the role of the romantic hero or the tragic role of the romantic tragedy or whatever it is. And yet that's not you. Okay, what I'm feeling here is that it's time for you to live your life where it's not about like what could be or what should be, coulda, woulda, shoulda, if only I could have done that, I should have done that, I've been this, I've been that. Right now, it's like, to me it feels like it's very important to be aware that you've been here before, you've lived and you've loved, okay? People have loved you, you have loved people. And that's very satisfying, okay? But it's time to move on, okay? It's like, you know that experience when you've watched a really satisfying movie and it really gets you at the heart level? I'm not talking about an action thriller or a, psychodrama. I'm talking about a movie that gets to you at the deep heart, like at the spiritual level. And you realize, oh my God, that energy actually exists. It's time for you to acknowledge that it exists, that you have love in your life. You have been loving, you have been loved, you're still loving and you are still loved, but there's more for you going forward. And the situation is that there's this, like, it's almost like a deep fear or reluctance to go forward because of the fear of leaving behind what you know already works. Like, you already know what it's like to love and be loved. And you know you have to go forward, but it's almost like, damn it, why do I have to do this? Why do I have to continue to evolve? Why me? Like, why can't I just enjoy my life right now and everything come into alignment without me having to take evolutionary steps into the unknown? It's not fair. It's not fair. So what's the problem with that? Fear of success. Okay? Fear of failure. Okay? It's almost like you've set yourself up for such high levels of expectation of what it means to be the next level of Topaz Zen that you're absolutely terrified. Like, if I don't meet my expectations of what the next level Topaz Zen might look like, the new incarnation of Topaz Zen, then I'm just going to be miserable. I'm just going to be failure. I'm going to be lost, lonely, dejected, rejected. I'll never have love. I'll never have love come to me, I'll never be able to share love. Oh no, oh no, oh no. And so it's almost like I would just rather sit at home and watch the movie again over and over and over and eat popcorn and cry at the sad bits and laugh at the good bits. Anything to avoid going into my future and facing the possibility of failure in the future. How do we deal with this? Teamwork. Okay, Topaz Zen, it's time to reach out. It's time to reach out and accept and understand that you can't be who you are and do what you want to do without the input and resources of another person or other people. And that includes other people who can't do what they do or be who they are without you. So I see that the way forward for you is to almost get out of your own headspace and start checking in with people around you and asking questions like, how can I be of service to you? I'd really like to help you out. I think I can help you. I have things that I can do that can really help you. And what happens in return is that other people like, oh, that's really cool. Do you want to trade? I could do this. I could do that. But to me, it looks like this requires you kind of stepping out of who you are right now and your expectations of success and your fears of failure, and just going forward anyway and just becoming very, very simple, like three-dimensional humanity. Is just like, okay, well, I'm deeply flawed like anyone else. I have huge expectations. I have huge limitations, but I go forward anyway. And like, hey, is there anyone else out there like me? Does anybody want to hang out with me? I'd like to team up with somebody. Does anybody want to team up with me? I've got some cool ideas of stuff to do and how to do it. I'd be willing to share myself with you. What have you got going on? Maybe we can help each other. Okay? That's what I'm sensing here. You might be involved in some kind of partnership or teamwork situation in order to get out of the funk. That might be, I'm not saying that's easy. All I'm suggesting is like, it's time for you to connect with like-minded souls where you benefit them and they benefit you. Okay? You can help each other. And so what will happen is then you realize, oh, that's kind of cool. It's like a community feeling. Like we were talking at the very beginning of the show with the group reading. A chance for you to connect with others and others to connect with you. It's almost like, hey, it's time for me, Topaz Zen, to pass around my business card and wait for some replies, and then you refine yourself from there. Like other people go like, oh, hey, Topaz, what are you up to? What do you do? Oh, okay, I get it. And then like, yeah, let's talk. Okay? I hope this helps you, Topaz. I really see this as reaching out. Reach out, reach out, reach out to others. Ask for help. Don't be shy. Because a lot of the times, people who help you would love to have your help in return. So it becomes a mutually beneficial thing. All right? So don't be scared. Even though you're scared. Ha 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 ha. Oh. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Topaz. Let's have a look. Taylor, are you still here? Let's have a look. What's going on, Taylor? Allsun just arrived. Hello. Greetings, Allsun. Thanks for dropping in. We've been here for a while. I've got 2 more readings to do. Cards are flying everywhere, as you can see. Let's see, I'm going to put this one up here. All right, let's have a look. All right, Taylor. Taylor, could you just type it in? Let us know you're still here. If you're not still here, then obviously we're not going to see anything on the screen. But if you are still here, I'd love to just see something that just says, hey, yeah, I'm still here. Okay? So like with the rest of the readings, Taylor, we're going to go completely blind. A story is going to come out for you specifically. So take advantage of the moment. I hope you do. Excuse me, don't look at that. Don't even think about it. It was just sloppy shuffling. That's all it is. Taylor, are you there? Sorry, the chat is stuck right now. Taylor, are you there? Just a little bit more. And a little bit more. Beautiful. Okay, we have a sweet deck right now. Let me just check in. Hold on. So, just let me... Topaz. Hi. That's actually kind of a difficult reading. It's a lot of energy to handle. I don't have any details about how to do it. I mean, we did the like how to handle it card. That was the last card in the reading. I think you can handle it. It just feels to me like you're dealing with a new type of energy that you're not used to. But you can handle it. Because I feel to me like you have a very generous, rich heart, and you have a desire, you have a drive, you have an ambition to evolve and to grow and adapt, okay? So that makes total sense. At least it makes sense to me. So, let's have a look. Look who just showed up. Hey, Nikki. Greetings. We're doing a Saturday Night Live. It's mostly just a bunch of little super chats. We're on the last two readings. We have a reading for Taylor Cruz, and then we have a reading for Triple Fire. Okay? Kaboom. All right, let's go. We got work to do. Cheers, everybody. Cards are very nicely shuffled. We're going to just dive right in, okay, Taylor? Now, you might have certain issues in mind. Just let it all breeze through, let it all blow through. Taylor, are you still here? Taylor, are you still here? I just want to know. I mean, if you had to go, you had to go. It's okay. And then you can see this on another, on an action replay or something. But if you are here, I'd like to know. If not, what I'm going to do is just go totally blind. And then you'll get what you get. Super duper. All right, I think Taylor's gone. I think Taylor had to go to bed early. Because it's probably midnight for Taylor, okay? All right, so Taylor, this is for you. You'll probably see it on the action replay. Here we go. Actually, I just cut the cards. I just cut them. So let's just do it. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. What's the weather like for you? Ah! Okay. See, with the Nine of Pentacles here, my feeling is that this is a strong message to you to like really tune into your girl power. Okay? It's a really, really huge energy field on the planet right now. It's been this way since the suffragette movement. Like it first started in New Zealand, whatever it was, like, I don't know, 120 years ago or something. And then it accelerated and accelerated. And now in the United States especially, there is a huge momentum for girl power. There's also another huge momentum for girl power in places where girl power is heavily suppressed. You know, for example, I don't want to go into the cultures or the locations or the cultures or the countries or the religions that are renowned for the suppression of girl power. I don't want to get into that, okay? So, with you, Taylor, what I'm suggesting is that you are in, let's say, a place of sacred opportunity where if you're not aware of your, I don't know, like a chance or opportunity or even obligation to tune into your girl power, it's time to know right now, okay? Now, I don't know the details about that. Let's do the reading in a little bit, but maybe it's to do with things like jobs, money, career, schooling, education, certifications, degrees, earning power, independence, and ways to create your own autonomy where like you are the boss of you and you create your own wealth, you create your own abundance from deep inside of you, okay? What's the situation here? Oh. Okay, so with the Wheel of Fortune, dear Taylor, what I'm sensing is that this is a very personal energy with you. It's almost like I almost felt like I was you for a second, and I was feeling what it's like to be you, and how the message that I was talking about here seems like it's totally out of your control. Like, you know, like, hey, pretend we're having a conversation, okay? Okay, Taylor, pretend you're sitting over there on the other side of the stage, and I'm right here. It's just you and me. We're having an in-depth personal reading and so on. And this came up. And the way I'm feeling it with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like you're looking at me with this kind of dejected, resigned face saying, TL, you know it's all about fate. You know it's nothing to do with me. It doesn't matter how hard I work, whatever I do, wherever I come from, whatever my heritage, my lineage, my DNA, my school, my education, my degrees. Let's be honest, TL. You know it doesn't matter at all. It's just fate in the end. Am I going to be lucky? Am I going to not be lucky? And I'm feeling this coming from you to me. In other words, like, you know, it doesn't matter, TL. Like, you're very nice, TL. Thank you for telling me all this stuff here. But let's be honest, like, you know, earth, air, fire, and water, all those energies. It's just a question of, did you get lucky? And now Tarot Illumination is in this very difficult position of having to say, okay, Taylor, I understand your argument. I understand what you're saying. But to me, that sounds like a very, very like clever way of saying to Tarot Illumination, there's nothing I can do. Doesn't matter how hard I work. Doesn't matter how intelligent I am. I'm totally screwed. I'll just, like, if I get lucky, I get lucky. If things work out, they work out. If things don't work out, they don't work out. And to me, that looks like a huge abdication of responsibilities for your own life, your own destiny, your own tapping into your own girl power. And I know that sounds like a really miserable interpretation of this card, but that's what I'm feeling very strongly, Taylor. And it's not in a really nasty, ugly way. It's just like, it's really almost like we're having a really close heart-to-heart session right now. And you are confiding your personal feelings and your personal truth to me. And it's just like, wow. Whew. That's hard, man. That's hardcore. What's the challenges with all of this? Okay. See, with the Empress here, to me it looks like there's extreme, like hyper self-doubt in your abilities to manifest. Your abilities to make yourself the independent you, to make yourself and become who you really are. It's almost like you've given up before you've even started. That's what I'm sensing here. It's almost like I'm pretending, I'm trying to act the roles right now. There's Taylor, there's TL. Like, it's almost like you're being a really, really good actress right now, Taylor, and you're saying like, TL, like, you don't understand. You're not a guy. You're not me. How could you possibly know? The chances of me, Taylor Cruz, manifesting my true self are virtually zero. You don't know my family, my culture, my education, my background, my fans, my everything. You might see abundance and fertility and growth and prosperity in me, but I'm just telling you, you don't have a clue, Tarot Illumination. You don't have no clue. So how do we deal with this? Okay, now I see with this card here, it's like it's my job as Tarot Illumination to tell you, Taylor Cruz, there is hope. Okay? There's divine intervention. There's the energy of miracles. There's the energy of belief. There's the energy of trust. There's the energy of divinity. It exists and it's real. It's true. It's out there. And the only reason you might not feel that it's there is because of this attitude right now. And so the way, okay, it's almost like the way to handle this for you, Taylor, is like to understand that there is hope. There is opportunity. There are ways. There are avenues that are perhaps maybe a bit above and beyond your awareness or conception or understanding or ability to manifest right now, but it is there. It really is. Okay? And it's just my job as Tarot Illumination just to tell you. I can't prove it. All I can do is tell you. There is hope. There is opportunity. And there is a chance for you. Okay? No matter what you might be telling yourself, the opposite. Taylor, I'm not sure. I don't... hold on. Give me a second here. Okay. Taylor, what I'm feeling again is that this is a very personal thing. It's almost like you're here with me in the room right now. And you're being really sincere, really honest, and very direct and kind of really blunt in my face. It's almost like daring me to be Tarot Illumination and coming out with some kind of hopeful, useful message for you. And then there's you stuck in this like position of like, seriously, Tail, you don't know. You don't know what it's like to be me. And you get so locked into that attitude, that frame of mind, that it becomes almost impossible for you to consider that there is hope, there is light, there is opportunity, there is divine guidance. It's there. It really is there, Taylor. It's just a question of accessing. And right now, I don't have a formula for how to do that. All I'm doing is giving you the reading as I feel it right now. And honestly, Taylor, we just have to follow up on this. Okay? This is one of those loose end readings where I can't help you anymore in this reading. And there's no point in me pretending that there is a conclusion. It's best just to leave this as it is and accept that we're kind of in a bind here. You and me, Tarot Lumination, Taylor Cruz, we're in a bit of a bind. Okay? It's not the end of the world. It's mostly to do with how do we get out of this? I'm not going to pull any more cards. Okay, Liz? We're going to leave it at that for now. Thank you very much, Taylor. Next up, we have Triple Fire. And that will be our final reading for the evening. All right, let's have a look here. Cheers, everybody. I'm going to shuffle this all up. Hey, Triple Fire, are you still here? I don't know where you are. I forgot where you said you are in the world. I think you typed something in the screen. If you're somewhere that is like I don't know, a very weird time zone, if it's extremely late or extremely early and you had to go to bed or you had to go to work, that's okay. You'll still get your reading, but it will be on the action replay. Queen of Water. Hey, Queen of Water. Greetings. Hello, Melbourne, Australia. Hello, Robin's Realms. Did I say hello? Hello, Robin. Well, we'll check up in another time, okay? Thank you, Robin. Thank you for hanging out with us. All right, Triple Fire. Just if you're still here, please type it in on the screen. You know, let us know. Hold on. Hey, Taylor. That was kind of a unique reading from my perspective. I don't get readings like that very often, where it felt very personal, very one-on-one. To me, it felt like you were right here in the room with me. Okay? So that makes it really personal, and it takes me to the limits of my abilities, and so I have to draw a line somewhere, and that's why I drew a line where I felt that this was inconclusive. Okay? Because it's like I am meeting you face to face in your three-dimensionality right now. But we dealt with it, all right? Okay, so we will follow up another time, all right, Taylor? Meanwhile, we have to go to Triple Fire. Where is Triple Fire? I'm just watching the chat right now. I'm going to check in on the chat. You know what? This is probably a good time. Nikki's here. You know what? Nikki has that song that she likes. So I'm going to play that song for Nikki. Give me a chance to like decompress a little bit because some of the readings have been very intense here today. And then we'll come up and we'll wrap it up with Triple Fire. Whether Triple Fire is here or not, it doesn't matter. I'm going to play a song called Because I Care. It goes like this, okay? Hold on. Here. Oh no, hold on. That's a video. What am I doing? Hold on, I pressed the wrong buttons. Give me a second, people. Stay there. I need the, here it is. Like, try this. Let's try this. This is for you, Nikki, if it works.
Let's dissolve our pain and get out of danger. Heal all the wounds and cure all the anger. I'll be the doctor, you be the patient. Here is your medicine, I'll help you take it. No, it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. It wipes out the fear and makes you live longer. It's not a lotion, it's no magic potion. It's just a dose of love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there, while your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care, because I care. Holding your hand, I know you can feel me. I'll talk in a whisper, I know you can hear me. When you awaken, when we are conscious, totally healed and cured, just watch this. No more weeping, no more sadness. Gone is the fighting, gone is the madness. We can choose to become alive or just disappear or become survivors. I'll watch you while you're lying there, while your eyes are closed and your heart is bare. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care, because I care. We're not gonna let you go down in flames. No, no, no. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do this right. Perfectly still. love in the moment. I'll watch you while you're lying there. Na 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 na. While your eyes are closed and your heart is there. Na 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 na. Perfectly still, but still aware. And I'm right here because I care. Because I care. Na 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 na
All right, so it's time for us to get back to work, or the stage, whatever you want to call it. Yay, here we are. And I just saw the note on the chat. It looks like Triple Fire is here. Hey Taylor, you're going to be fine, okay? Nikki says it. Just pay attention to what Nikki says. Yeah, it might be a stressful situation. All right, Triple Fire, let's have a look. What's going on? You don't have to say anything or do anything. Every reading tonight is completely spontaneous, going totally blind. Okay, it could be anything: love, career, spirituality, family. It could be anything. Okay. Hey, Queen of Water. Cheers. This is for Queen of Water. Mm-hmm. That car just flew out. I don't do jumpers and flyers. Sorry, Triple Fire. Hey, Triple Fire, where did you say you are? Did you type in the screen? Where are you? United States, Australia, Europe. Where is it? Let us know. I'm very curious. I like having a really clean deck. Really super, super clean. All right, here we go. Look at this, micro cuts. Wow. Super duper. Okay, hold on. I have to pick up the deck. All right, here we go. Triple Fire. Okay, it's all about you right now. Here's the situation. Here's the challenges. Here's how we're going to handle it. Let's have a look at the weather. Okay. So you got Justice. Okay. First of all, I feel like I have a duty to remind you, dear Triple Fire, whatever is going on in your life, your world, all the activities, all the good things, all the bad things, everything is exactly as it should be. And why is that so? It's because it can't be any other way. And everything is coming into balance. To me, this is a very neutral energy, and there's no point in getting emotional about it, like the way things go, if they go this way or if they go that way. I think what's happening is that you're getting a chance to get your life really, really in alignment with what I would call divine intervention or sacred geometry, or getting a chance to really, really improve your abilities to tune in with nature and with the truth of how things actually work in life, as opposed to how you were taught or what you assumed or how you were forced or, you know, like pressured into believing. What's actually happening for you is something very pure, very, very pristine, and you're getting a chance to like have an experience in your life where you're seeing everything unfold exactly as it should be, you know, for better or for worse. In other words, all the bad things that you might be feeling or experiencing, they all start to make sense about how and why. And all the good things that you might be experiencing, they all start to make sense about how and why. And then you start to realize, my gosh, this is perfect. Everything is exactly as it should be. And then it makes it so much easier to deal with your reality, even in no matter how much pain you might have in your reality, and no matter how much confusion or disorientation. What's the situation? Okay, so I'm feeling a very different energy from the other time we had this card. My feeling is that, dear Triple Fire, there's a part of you which is, to me it feels like your natural state of being is confidence, a being like really true to yourself as far as you understand that right now. Being strong, being courageous, being the Triple Fire in all versions of it, like Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, however you want to put it all, where it's all about, I don't know, like inspirational leadership, and maybe you see yourself as that person and other people see you as that, and yet what's happening deep inside of you is this very uneasy feeling of, it's almost like things that you were sensing in the ether, in the great beyond, perhaps through your dreams, or perhaps through meditation, or perhaps through like some kind of transcendental experiences, where like what's happening in your life is that you are becoming aware that there's more to your life, more to your identity, more to your purpose, more to your sense of perception of who you are, more to your sense of perception about how other people perceive you in such a way that you've never really known before, and it's disorienting for you, and that's problematic. It kind of leaves you in a position of like, it's almost like everybody knows me as this person, Triple Fire. Everybody knows me and understands me that I have this certain persona, character, identity. And yet you are, but right now you're starting to realize that there's more. There's more and there's more and there's more. And there are layers and layers and layers that you didn't know exist, but you're now starting to discover them. And what does that mean for you? Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Does that mean my let's say my integrity, my status, my image is now in question? Oh no, oh no, oh no. So with the Three of Pentacles here in this situation, to me this is a very humbling card in this position right now. It's almost like, oh my God, does this mean that I, Triple Fire, am going to have to admit that I need feedback from other people? I need you as much as you need me, and that my normal status of being like a rich, strong, classic Triple Fire is now in doubt, where like, oh my God, am I the person now who has to reach out and ask for feedback and help from other people, while other people just automatically, naturally assume that I am this triple fire, and that like you are almost like a representative of how things naturally, automatically work out the way they should be. In other words, like everything's perfect, everything's always good, everything turns out the way it should go, everything is exactly the way it should be. How can that be? Because it can't be any other way. And that's kind of how you live your life, and you've lived it up to a point, but now you're realizing, wait a minute, there's more. There's more for me to learn, there's more for me to understand, and the only way that can happen is when I open up my heart energy and tune into more and more and more that I never knew before. And that means reaching out. And for you, to me, it feels like reaching out is almost like an admission of failure, an admission of weakness, an admission of inability to maintain the aura of rich, strong, powerful triple fire. And that could feel like defeat for you. How do you deal with this? This is tough. This is really, really tough to deal with. To me, this looks like very hard energy to handle as an individual, as the person in your body. How do you deal with it? Okay, so with the Six of Cups here, my feeling is the way to handle it is to admit that you are human, that you are flawed, that you have emotions and feelings of a sense of future, a sense of the past, a sense of right now, which are very heart-based. But the problem for you has been that you like the feeling of being strong, of being a person of substance, a person of character, a person who everyone looks up to, a person who carries this aura of dignity, of literally almost like justice, of how can I describe this? Of it's almost like you're the go-to person for other people, and everything's being turned around right now, and you're ending up in a situation where, against your natural wishes, you might have to reach out and go to others or go to someone to find out what's next for you, to find out what's like coming up for you. It's almost like you've kind of already done what has to be done. You've already done the triple fire thing. That's great. So you're awesome already. You're respected. You are bright. You are like a lighthouse in your own world. But now you're realizing, like, oh my God, there's a whole new thing unfolding in front of me, and I can't figure out what that is unless I kind of go deep into these like past life soul journey things or future life soul journey things. And that requires me, like, oh my God, God forbid, I have to be the one who reaches out for help. I have to be the one who reaches out for support. Oh my God. But it's okay. You're loving, you are loved. There are people who will like gather around you. Like, even though you might feel it as a sense of personal weakness, others would feel like, it's okay, triple fire. And like, it's okay to be human. It's okay to break down. It's okay to have emotional ups and downs. It's okay to like deal with like reality as a like an ongoing movie, and you can't always be on top of it all the time. Like nothing can go wrong. Nothing will go wrong so long as you're in charge, you're in the boss. And it's okay for you. It's almost like it's okay for you to fall apart. It's okay for you to be the weak one. It's okay for you to realize that, my gosh, like, I can't go on anymore without the help of others. I need you as much as you have needed me. I need you, I want you as much as you guys have seen me as this bright light. I'm the one who needs help now. Help me, help me, help me. Anyone who loves me, anyone who knows me really, really deeply, I beseech you, I am calling out to you right now. I need help. I want to love and I want to be loved. And I'm not desperate. All I'm doing is acknowledging is that there is more to my life than I knew before. And it's a very humbling thing for me to admit that I need to reach out. Okay? That's all it is. This is a very difficult reading, Triple Fire. It's very subtle. It's very hard to handle, but you can handle it. And I think you just needed someone like Tarot Lumination to give you this perspective. That's all it is. This isn't the end of the world. There isn't like some kind of yes-no thing here. It's just like an awakening, a realization that you need others. And that others are there for you. And it's okay to have that emotional realization. Okay? Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, Triple Fire. I'm way out here on the fringes of tarot reading, but this is my world. This is what I do, and this is how I do it. And I'm doing it to the best of my abilities. I hope that helped you. I hope you resonated that with in some way. Okay? Hold on. Hey, Triple Fire. I hope I didn't freak you out with that. That was actually a really difficult reading for me. It was a very difficult reading for me to feel it and then translate it and send it back to you. And I just hope it makes sense. Anyway, there we go. You might have to watch it again because I was literally streaming that thing. I was literally just going with it. And I'm coming from here, okay? I'm coming from right here. And I'm just hoping that I had enough skills and abilities for that little mini reading to make sense to you, okay? I see your notes. I see your notes. All right, let's go back to the stage. Okay, Triple Fire, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to read for you. I just hope that made sense. Oh, I just see your notes on the screen there. It says, blessed weakness, tough for so much fire. Yes, I get it. I totally get it. Thank you for confiding that to me here live on the show here tonight, Triple Fire. That's probably not something that you would like to openly, honestly admit to yourself or to anyone else. But it's good that we're doing it here. Hey, Queen of Water, thank you. I gladly accept a big hug. Let's just do a digital hug. I give you a big digital hug. I'm going to clear the cards and then I'm going to connect. Hold on. Woohoo! Look at that. There we go. I'm just clearing it all up so that we can go on with our lives. Woohoo! I don't do those things. I don't attach any energy to it. I just see it as sloppy shuffling. Sorry about that. Thank you, Triple Fire. Thank you so much. I'm glad you understand. Money well spent. Cheers. There we go. Another Super Chat evening with Terra Lumination. Here we are. It's been a pleasure. Most of you who have had your readings have gone, and a few of us are just hanging out, I guess, picking up the vibes from the readings. I'm going to wrap it up now. It's been a pleasure, and I just want to leave with a Terra Illumination song, okay? It's like, I wish I could remember the song that I wanted. I'm going to play a song called Through the Ether. Okay? I hope you'll understand it when you hear it, okay? It's called Through the Ether. It sounds like this.
Through the ether. Laying up and around in our mountains, in our seas, in our forests, with all of our stones, exploring one another, pushing our boundaries like new lovers. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me, and you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay, that you're holding my hand all the way. Our innocence, it's becoming so apparent in our magnificence at the same time too. With your permissions and our shared ambition, we get the chance to discover our own truths. And you comfort me through the ether, and you tell me, I can tell that you're worried about me, and you assure me through the ether that we're okay, everything is gonna be okay, that you're holding my hand all the way, that you're holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way, holding my hand all the way.
Well, the song is already over before I even started, but so I'm just going to wrap out with a couple of tunes and let you guys all check out and say goodnight, okay? Good night, everybody. Bye bye. See you again soon. Bye bye.